Yeah, so the core meaning of respect, if you want to look at it from its foundational perspective, respect is recognition, recognition of the other person. You matter. That's what respect comes down to. Recognition. Restraint. I won't violate your dignity. And regard. I will treat you with care, or I will treat you with seriousness. Okay. And that seriousness isn't just like politeness, because politeness is considered surface area behavior. Respect is deeper. It's how you value someone and how that shows up externally. So recognition, you matter. Restraint, I won't violate your dignity. And regard, I will treat you with care or seriousness. So that's the core meaning of respect. So when it comes down to respect fundamentally, the recognition of value or worth. Do you recognize the value or the worth in somebody? If you do, then you respect them. This is displayed or expressed through attitude and behavior, and it's directed towards other people, towards principles that you might have, or yourself. So if you wanted to put respect into a basic definition, maybe it's something like this. Respect is a feeling or understanding that someone or something is important and deserves appropriate treatment. So when you look at people, do you think they are important? Now, important can be many different things, right? You might think of somebody as maybe a CEO of a company. They might be important from their position perspective. A parent might be important from their position in the family. Your values might be important because it's what you believe. You might have yourself and considering yourself important, which you probably should. And so you're going to treat all those different people appropriately. But just what about people in general? You're out at the mall, you're walking down the street, you're doing something. Maybe you don't know those people, strangers, but are people important to you? Or do you dismiss them because you don't know who they are? And that's a question that you would have to answer for yourself. But that's just the surface of it all. Okay. So we're recognizing the value or the worth in people. We're expressing it through attitude and behavior, and it's directed towards ourselves, towards other people, or thoughts, values, principles that we believe in. Now, psychology always comes into play a lot of times with some of this stuff, especially when it comes to self-respect, right? Why don't we respect ourselves? But when you look at it from a psychological perspective, you can combine an internal mindset, that's what you're thinking, with an external behavior. You know, something that I've said a lot on the podcast is what you think is going to be on the heart, and then the heart and actions, or maybe the other way around. Maybe what's on the heart is going to influence your mindset, and then your mind is going to influence your action. So maybe that's a better way to put it. But either way, the mind, the heart, actions all go together. So it's internal mindset and external behavior. So respect is recognizing that dignity or the recognition of dignity, acknowledging that somebody's rights, autonomy, and inherent worth are there. And it's not based on liking somebody. That's why I said, if you're walking down the street and you see somebody, a stranger, you might not know them, but you acknowledge their rights, their autonomy, their inherent worth. And then if you do know somebody, maybe it's a coworker, maybe it is somebody in your social circle, and maybe you don't quite like them. You still understand they have rights. Not talking about civil rights, but their right to be themselves, their autonomy, their inherent worth. And I think inherent worth I think is probably the best term to use when it comes to recognizing somebody's dignity and respecting them is they have worth, they have value because of the person that is there. Not because of who they are, but because they have value as a person. So it's not based on liking someone. It's just based on recognizing humanity, their humanity. People are important. People have worth. Humanity has worth. And so that's what it is to respect and to recognize the dignity of somebody. It's their inherent worth. It's the fact that they are a part of humanity. So there are two core types of respect. And psychologists love to dig deep into these type of things. And they divide this particular concept of respect into, I guess, two basic areas. And maybe they're not basic after all. But recognition, respect, where everyone deserves. It's simply because they're human, the humanity perspective. And it's linked to their dignity and their basic rights. Okay, we kind of went over that. But that's a core type of respect, according to psychologists. An appraisal respect is earned through the ability, character, and achievement. So there's the recognition aspect of it. And then there's the, what people would say, the earned part of it. Respect is earned. Well, the appraisal respect, that would be the earned part of it through the ability, the character, or the achievement that they might do. You respect someone for their ability to play sports, their ability to problem solve, their ability to lead a business or corporation. Maybe the character they display, they show towards you and other people. Character in times of trouble. Character when no one else is around. Trust. That type of thing. And then, of course, you might show them some respect because of what they've achieved, awards they might have received. So recognition is just everyone deserves it because they're human. And that's because we have dignity and basic rights. So that's a respect that's kind of just there. And then you have the earned respect because of ability, character, or achievement. So this is why you can respect somebody without admiring them, and you can admire somebody without fully respecting them, which is something that people have a hard time doing.